Hi, my name is Pamela Quinn. I am an Ayurvedic practitioner as well as a teacher of Kundalini and Hatha Yoga. Today, I want to take a few minutes and show you a beautiful meditation that you can start today if you're trying to heal from a broken heart or if you find that you're just lacking love for yourself. So all of this is going to deal with the heart chakra and with really working through some, pretty deep emotions of grief and loss and self-hate. If you know you have a broken heart because you've recently been through a divorce or a breakup or something like that, well, that's probably easy to identify. Less easy to identify is if you suffer from self-hate. I mean, it's really hard to even think about hating yourself. What does that look like? A lot of people in today's day and age, which we're calling the age of Aquarius, are walking around with what we call cold depression. So this is maybe where you grew up in a home, in a family, or you suffer from situations as a younger child that really kind of damaged the way the mind was supposed to mold, the mind was supposed to form, so that you could have a good identity around love and giving and receiving. And you might just find like overall in life you're lacking joy. It's not that anything is specifically wrong or off in your life. It's just that there's just this, I don't know, this feeling of, wow, maybe there's got to be more than that, or this is all there is, or this constant looking for fulfillment outside of yourself, or looking for, the next thing, waiting for the next vacation or the next paycheck or the next weekend or whatever it is. Very commonly, symptoms that are pretty classical of someone who's lacking love for themselves is, people who have a need to be perfect. This need to be perfect is really driven from not being able to show up your authentic self, this fear of being judged. And so you make yourself perfect so that nobody can really see who you really are. People who tend to overwork, they get lost in work, even workaholism, are people who maybe suffer from self-hate, within the context of working all the time, which I know myself very well, in this need to be perfect. It's something that's actually honored in our society and our culture, yet detrimental to the self. Some people suffer from making themselves unattractive. The person who wears clothes that are way too big, the person who doesn't self-groom, or even the person who, overindulges in food or drink or whatever it is, who puts on excessive weight, who kind of hides themselves from society under that layer, that barrier of skin. People who participate in risky behavior, tend to have some self-loathing mechanism going on. People who harm themselves through destructive habits like, cutting, things like that I'm sure you've heard about. People who self-sabotage, they take a job, but then they show up late, or they just don't perform, they underperform. People who find themselves choosing relationships where they're put into a situation where they're feeling abandoned, or they've put themselves into abusive relationships. And this is usually a pattern. It's not like that can't suddenly happen to you and you're not that person. It's just you'll see there's a pattern in your relationship and in your choices that you're making. And we spoke about not taking care of yourself. So those are reasons why you would want to embrace this meditation practice. In Kundalini, we say to embrace a meditation practice for at least 40 days. In 40 days, you can change the wiring in your mind, and that's where you start to really see your huge breakthroughs. Okay, so let's do it. It's really beautiful. It's perfect for beginners, and it's perfect for those who know how to meditate and maybe have fallen off their meditation practice. I've chosen it because it's quiet and it's easy and it's really, really sweet. So the way you do it is you're going to bring your arms up and you're going to take your ring finger and your pinky finger and you're going to push them down with the thumb, and then you're going to bring those fingers together. It's not holding your hands next to your shoulders. It's holding your hands at about a 30-degree angle out. So really it kind of looks like this. So I'm holding my hands out a little bit. Subconsciously, you can think, well, I'm really focusing on my heart chakra, but what you're going to end up doing is you're going to close your eyes and you kind of slightly cross your eyes and you roll them up to the third eye center, which is right here. So the eyes go crossed, they roll up, and you'll find that your eyelids might flutter a little bit. As you're meditating, you might lose that, we call it a mudra. And then when you realize you've lost the mudra, you just redo the mudra. So it's really easy. We're going to use the mantra. The mantra is Sa, Ta, Na, Ma, which are the syllables for a beautiful mantra, Sat Nam, and it means truth is my identity. I'm sitting in my truth. When you sound it out, Sat Ta Na Ma, you're kind of honoring the cycles of life, the process of being one, merged with God, and then being born, and then dying, and then being born again. It's really beautiful. It's really powerful. You're going to do it in your head, so it's silent. You're not using your words at all. So the way it's done is you're going to sit comfortable. I'm at home in my kitchen in a chair, and that's perfect. But if you are a glorified yogi, you can sit down in lotus position or whatever else you want to do. Just make sure you're comfortable. Spine is always straight. We sit straight so that the energy can flow up and down the spine. That's really what we call our spiritual center. And that's where the Kundalini energy, the energy of creation, what Christians may call the Holy Ghost, that's where it arises. You want to sit nice and straight, and you want your chin to be kind of in a chin lock. And the way you do that is you just take your hand to the back of the head, and you push your head into the hand, and you'll see that your chin just goes perfectly level, parallel with the earth. Hands are going to come up, 30-degree angle. You are going to close your eyes and roll your eyes up to the third eye. That center point. Beautiful. And now I just want you to relax a little bit, okay? So eyes are closed, eyes are rolled up, and you're relaxing. You're going to relax through the hips, and you're going to relax through the belly first, because we're going to use what's called a complete breath or Durga breath with this practice. And that is the most nourishing, healing breath of yoga. You're going to inhale through your nose, slowly, fully, completely. Fill that belly space all the way up. Pull the air up into the lungs, and then let it out through the shoulders. It's like a wave. Inhale deeply, belly softens and fills and pushes out as the diaphragm pulls down on the lungs. Air rolls up into the lungs, and let it out through the shoulders. Again. Beautiful. I think you got that breath. Now you're going to use that breath the whole time you're in this meditation. As you're breathing in, you're going to think very slowly, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And as you breathe out, think Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Breathing in, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Breathing out, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. All of this is inside your head, so you're not speaking. I'm just guiding you. And now we'll just go silent for a minute so you can just practice around on your own. Closing your eyes again. Beautiful. To end your meditation after about 10, 11, 31, even 62 minutes, you're going to inhale fully, completely. And exhale. Hands stay as they are. Inhale. And exhale. And then one last time. So 3 times. Inhale. And exhale. And then you can just take your hands to the lap or take your hands in any position you like, and you'll just sit quietly and just breathe. Beautiful. So once again, I recommend you do this for a minimum of 40 days. You are going to want to start with 11 minutes and then work your way up to 31 and then ultimately 62. When you are establishing a meditation practice, I ask that you find a period of time during the day that you can commit to, whether that's first thing in the morning, before everyone else in your home gets up, or it's before you go to bed at night, or maybe after you've had, you know, a long day at work, if you know you can come home and just sit down at like 5 o'clock or something like that and get your meditation in. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that really covers it. I'm going to link this on my website, elementalohmm.com, www.elementalohmm.com. I'm going to link it to a blog, and the blog, I think I'm going to title it, let me see here, I'm going to call it Heal a Broken Heart and Self-Love. So if you go there and just Google, you'll get to my, you know, in the little search bar, you'll get to my website, search the search bar for that, or just broken heart, and this is going to come up, and then other items are going to be on that blog as well, that are going to help you, you know, coaching exercises, things like that, things that will help you come back into balance. I hope this was helpful. And, you know, always reach out to me if you need any help. I do one-on-one consultations, and there's tons of information on my website that I love to share with you. Have a blessed day. Sat Nam. Thank you.